FHS Class of 2020, how are you? Well, today is June 6th, your graduation day. At least that's what it says on the school calendar. But as we all know, graduation is not happening today. Although we are not together celebrating a graduation as we should be, I still wanted to recognize this important day, this incredible rite of passage. My wish for you all is that you take time today to celebrate your accomplishments and take pride in the fact that you are a Falmouth High School graduate. You did it, class of 2020, and under the most unusual circumstances I could ever imagine for any senior class. You are awesome. I have so much faith in you, and I'm certain that your experiences and the life lessons you have learned over the past several weeks will empower you to conquer any and all challenges you may face in the future. To commemorate this day, we asked you seniors to send us one question you would like to have answered as you sail away from Falmouth High School. We have put together this video with answers to many of those fabulous questions. I hope you enjoy it. Congratulations, class of 2020. I can't wait to see all of you Clippers on July 25th.
Kate Brody, congratulations on your graduation. You want to know what would you tell one thing that we tell our younger self? Well, for me, I would tell my younger self, you just got to believe in yourself. You got to keep working hard and you're going to achieve your goals. And you're a plugger, just like I was a plugger, and you're going to do great. Just keep plugging.
Isabel wants to know, how do I know if I've chosen the right career? I think the right career is something that brings you joy, something where you can help others, and a place that offers enough challenges to help you grow as a person.
Hi, seniors. As you end one part of your journey and begin another, I want to wish you all your dreams coming true. And James, what defines success is so individual. I encourage each of you to look within and find out what success means to you, physically, emotionally, financially, and then take steps wherever you can to give that to yourself.
Stella asked, what advice would you give your younger self? The advice I'd give my younger self would be to believe in yourself and know that all the things that happen in life, they happen for a reason.
What advice would you give yourself 5 years ago, knowing what you know now? As a graduate of the FHS Class of 2015, I would tell myself that life will present you with numerous opportunities, but it's up to you to seek them out and pursue them. Next, I would tell myself to keep an open mind. Don't limit yourself by what you think you want to do. Life may present you with an opportunity that's going to push you out of your comfort zone, but that very opportunity may teach you valuable lessons and open new doors in the future. And finally, connections are key to a successful career in any field. Don't burn any bridges. You never know who's going to be the gatekeeper between you and your next opportunity.
I just wanted to say I wish all the seniors the best of luck for their future. Sorry it ended this way. I miss you all terribly, especially my lunch crew. You all know who you are. I hope that at some point, I see you all again with smiles on your faces. And, I wish you just the best of luck for everything in your future.
Hello, beautiful children. Class of 2020, it's me, Mrs. Kuhn. Congratulations, you made it. Strange as it was, you made it. Jack, you asked a really interesting question. You said, why did it have to end this way? And I don't know the answer to that. I am an old woman and I don't know a lot, but what I have learned in my own experience is when I am distraught about asking why, it's usually the wrong question. And the right question is, what do I do now? And I do not have specific answers about the next steps that you take. But I do think what's really important as you take those next steps, and you will, is the quality of your character and what is in your heart. And the late great poet Langston Hughes said it eloquently and perfectly when he noted, everything there is but loving leaves a rust on your soul. So as you take those next steps, I implore you to love yourselves. You are wonderful people, and love each other. That's the best chance we have to do well in this life. I love you all. I miss you dearly. Take good care.
Hey, class of 2020, I got a great question from Kaylee. She's asking us, what should we look forward to for the rest of 2020? I think she's talking about the loss that your class have all experienced, and I want to acknowledge that. You guys have lost so much senior banquets, senior auctions, senior trips. Your graduation is in question, and so you've dealt with a lot of loss. And not only that, you've seen our country just completely tear itself apart because of social injustice, and you're just seeing how people are just you're seeing evil, you're seeing racism. And what should you look forward to? Well, I would love to see that this class make 2020 a time of change. We don't want to go back to the old way. We are trying something new. We want to do some new stuff. And what we're looking for is that this class starts to look at others, look at other people first, and be that, start caring about others. There's so many people hurting, either with the virus or with social injustice. I would love for you to start caring for those people. Start talking to people. People are suffering, depressed. Let us start a conversation about how we can make change. Let's be allies for people, not only for the sick, but also allies for people who are dealing with racism. I would love this class to be agents of change that can make 2020 a turning point. When they look back at this year, they say, boy, that class really took something horrible and made a difference. And I look forward to that. I look forward to how you, class of 2020, will make a change in the future, and this will be a time of change. Thank you, class of 2020.
Miranda Van Moy asked, do you have any regrets? Of course I have regrets. We all do. Most of our regrets center around our failures of kindness and our failures of courage. Brene Brown, who has a PhD in social work, wrote in her book, Rising Strong, that regret is a fair but tough teacher. To live without regret is to believe that you have nothing to learn, no amends to make, and no opportunity to be braver with your life. To claim we have no regrets might sound like a courageous statement, but it also suggests that we aren't self-reflecting. But to beat yourself up about regrets is also no way to live. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from our past. We hope to do better each moment, each day. Those students who have been in my classroom know my mantra. It is good to have an end to journey towards, but it is the journey that matters in the end. And to me, being courageous, being vulnerable, working through regrets are all part of the journey we call being human. Congratulations, FHS Class of 2020!
Madison would like to know, why do we have a rule about hats? Well, Madison, the truth is that in the classroom, hats can be really, really distracting. So that is why we have a rule about hats.
So I get to answer Kyle's question, which is, what is the greatest piece of advice that you can give a graduating high school senior going out into the world? And I would say, try not to feel guilty or stress if you don't know exactly what you want to do with the rest of your life. I promise you'll figure it out eventually. It took me 5 or 6 jobs before I got to Falmouth, and now here I am as a counselor for 17 years, but it definitely took me a while to get here. I would say if you hold true to who you are as a person and surround yourself with people who love and support that, things will definitely fall into place. Just keep trusting those instincts. I wish that I could give you all high fives in person now, but I wish you nothing but the best, class of 2020 Clippers, and I will see you in July. Good luck.
Hey there, seniors. How are you? It's Mr. Mack. Wanted to wish you just the best wishes right now on what should have been your graduation day. I am here to answer a question from Ava. Ava, you asked us, where do we go from here? Amazing question, and the best way I can think to answer this question is to talk about my own personal experience, which, looking back where I was in your shoes at 18 years old, just graduating from Falmouth High, I said where I'm going from here is off of Cape Cod and never ever coming back. I went to college. I lived in city. I found a great job that had me working in music with bands and traveling everywhere, and it was a lot of fun. And 6, 7 years after moving up to Boston, somehow my wife and I found ourselves deciding to come back to Cape Cod, making that choice. I left that field of work, and people have told me I'm crazy for doing that. But what I will tell you is the value I get every day going to my job, being with teenagers, working with them, is far exceeds what I had before. So where do we go from here? I think two things. The first is that you go where you find worth and value, and where you do something you love every day. Every day is not going to be perfect. There are going to be times you get a little bogged down, but you go somewhere that has meaning to you. And the second piece is, remember, this is not the last crossroads of your life. Where do you go from here is a question you are going to ask yourself over and over again the rest of your life. And just go where your heart tells you is the right place to go, and where you think you're going to make.
Hi, class of 2020. Miss Beard here. And I just wanted to say congratulations on your graduation. You have done it, and you are now on to the next step of adventure, and it certainly will be one. Celeste, your question, what is something you wish you had done in college? And I'd like to answer that one because while I went to the University of Maine for my undergraduate and was involved in a lot of activities on campus, including all of the concerts, the musicals, honors college events, I kind of stuck just to the music and honors college and didn't really branch out from there. I was excited to be in a place surrounded by my greatest interests, but didn't take the time to see if there was anything else I was interested in. So I recommend for all of you, if you are going to school, or even if you're not going to school, to find things that you like to do that aren't just what you have, or what you're currently into. Open your eyes, give things a shot, and see what you might find that surprises you. And once again, I wish you all the best of luck. I hope to see you again soon, and congratulations.
This message is for Jake McKenzie, who responded IDK in his comments or questions. And the best advice that I can give you, Jake, is to use your big brain at Bryant. Good luck next year.
Hey Alden, so your question was, what is the best way to keep those around you together in the future? And I think what I would say is that your true friends are always going to be with you, and they're always going to be important to you, no matter how much distance passes between you. But if I could give you any advice, I would say to really make sure that you put in the effort to tell those people how much you love them and to show them, by going the extra mile, whether that means sending the text, making the phone call, or even driving out to see them. Know also that everyone is just starting this new experience, this new chapter in their life. And even if you are not a part of that chapter on a daily basis, it doesn't make your role in their life any less important.
Hi, Grant. This is Mrs. Kasparian. I'm answering your question. What is going to be the thing I miss the most about FHS? So, knowing you and how active you are and were in the school ins and outs, my guess is you're going to miss a lot of the laughter. For me, I'm going to miss your face in the back of my room with Foster and with Conrad, coming up with all sorts of antics and laughing and joking and still learning. That's what I think you're going to miss the most, is those moments that you just kind of were silly and goofy and loved life, and it didn't matter what the subject was, and it didn't matter what the test was, although you took that very seriously and you were a very good student, of course, but what mattered was the moment. And that's what I loved about you, is that you were present in the moment at all times. And it was so wonderful to see you come by during your senior year, during your junior year, and say, I haven't forgotten you. You're there. I remember you. And I hope you do remember those teachers that you touched, because certainly we will remember you. And I think that's really what it's all about, that in the end, when you are 35 years old, wherever you are, doing whatever you're doing, and I know you'll be happy because I know you won't do anything unless you're happy, you'll look back and you'll remember those moments, those minutes or seconds or even hours where you laughed and you joked and you had a great time. I don't remember everything you guys did. I do remember one antic where Conrad left the room and I didn't notice, and then he came back and I did notice that, but I thought maybe I'd said something to him or whatever. But those were the kinds of pranks that I think you're going to remember the most. And the laughter in your friends' faces, the dazzle in the bright eyes of those people that you touched and that touched you. So this is my message to you. Keep laughing, keep pranking, keep having fun with life, because life is so much better with you in it. So take care, good luck, and all my best to you.
I had the pleasure of working with Izzy in English class this year, and it was just an amazing experience. So I would like to attempt to answer Izzy's question, which was, how do I know if I'm making the right decision? So Izzy, my first thought is to come back at you with another question. Are decisions just right or wrong? Deepak Chopra thinks that humans, our tendency is to overthink and to vacillate before making moves, because we are concerned with what the effects will be, in that we think that our choices, our decisions, our moves are going to end in either reward or consequence. And he claims that that's just not how the universe works. The universe will flow with whatever choices we make. It's just going to shift the possibilities that are open to us. So I'd like to encourage you to fear less what could be from the moves that you make, and think more of the possibilities that will be open to you with the move that you decide to make. Know that for 18 years you've had an incredible support system of family, of friends, of teachers, of communities, of awesome literature, and that you have all of the skills and the tools to make a move that in that moment, at that time, is right for who you are. And that will just lead to other possibilities and options and so on and so forth. And fear less and act more. And you've got this. I wish you all the best of health and happiness and success, and you do you. Have fun.
Ava Smith wants to know, what should we look forward to in our upcoming journey through college? As soon as I read this question, I knew this was one I had to answer because I feel very strongly about this. Your major is certainly going to be very interesting, and hopefully that's something that you really are looking forward to pursuing. For me personally, though, the people that I met in college, my roommates and my classmates, were much more interesting than the material that I was actually studying. At one point in college, I had roommates from Germany, Turkey, Korea, China, and Japan. And the majority of these folks, the far majority of these folks, I'm still in contact with today. And that has definitely been the greatest thing for me. And I would say it's the people that you meet that you would look forward to the most in your college experience. Best of luck.
Hi, Annabelle Abbott. First of all, just congratulations on your graduation. Your question is, what advice do you give us moving forward? Well, first of all, the best piece of advice I could give is you gotta be you. Never be afraid to be who you are. Number two, when I graduated high school, my yearbook quote was, if at first you don't succeed, you're about average. Realize that life, there's plenty of ups and downs, and don't be afraid to learn from your mistakes and learn from your successes too. Congratulations again.
Hi, this is Mrs. Adams. I'm going to try to answer Helen Sievert's question. How will we take this time and use it to our advantage and not let it have a negative impact on us? And try to answer it with something that happened in class. Helen, when you were building your coiled pot, 18 inches tall, you worked on it for a long time, and it was beautiful, and then you dropped it twice. And you were like, what am I doing now? So we were gonna make it better. All right, look at that. So by something that you did not plan on happening, and initially you thought it was going to be a disaster, turned out to become something amazing. And everyone that walked in the classroom and saw it were like, oh my God, Helen, what did you just make? That's amazing. How did you do that? So I think we're going to approach what's happening right now to all of us the same way. It's not what we intended to happen. There's going to be a lot of roadblocks, but you're going to pick the areas that you know you can change to the better and make it positive and not let it impact you in a negative way. You can reach out to your parents, you can reach out to your teachers. In the fall, when you start college, you can reach out to your professors. There's many people who are willing to help you if you're stuck with something and try to make it better. So good luck to you. I wish you all the best. And when we see each other at some point, don't be a stranger. Come by and say hi. All right, good job and congratulations.
Nalasia, you asked, what is one inspiring quote that someone told you that made you keep pushing yourself? I actually have two quotes, and they sound very simple, but I have carried them with me throughout my life. The first is, try to do things you enjoy and work hard. And the second is, oftentimes the right thing to do is also the hardest thing to do.
Hello, FHS Class of 2020. This is Mr. Morey. Congratulations on your achievement. Graduating high school is not something to be taken for granted. It's a real sign of taking on a major long-term project and seeing it all the way through. And so for that, you guys should be proud, and we're proud of you. I would encourage you to not see this as the end of your learning. Yes, you've taken on this big project and you have completed it. But you're going to still need to learn a lot from here on. I think that the best way to do that is to start with listening, and to think, you don't need to learn from teachers. You don't need to learn in a school. But as you meet people, as you interact with different people, listen. What can you learn from this person? What does this person have to teach you? Ask people to teach you things. Pick their brains. Find mentors in the areas that you want to learn about and get better in. You can learn from all kinds of people, from any person. So again, see yourselves as people who are still on this journey of learning and education, and don't beat yourself up too much when things get hard, because struggle is going to be part of it too. Over this first part of your journey, I'm sure you've seen that there are times when things don't come easily, when it takes you a while to get something or to really be able to do something. And struggle is part of the process. If you're not struggling at it, then the challenge you've picked is probably not hard enough. So again, we all want to get better. We're all trying to get better. You guys have shown that you know how to do it. You've learned a lot about yourselves and how you learn. And don't be surprised when things get hard at times and when there's struggle. That's an opportunity for you to learn and get better. And again, we're all so proud of everything that you guys have learned and done, and how much you guys have grown over your education so far. And we have nothing but absolute confidence in you to continue that going forward. And of course, we'd love to see you come back and visit sometime. So again, congratulations, class of 2020.
Hi, Abe. This is Mrs. Kasparian, and I am here to answer your question. And your question is, what will I look back on and value about my high school experience? I had to write it down because I'm old and I don't remember things. So what am I going to value? What are you going to value? Well, I think you're going to value the teachers and their influence on you. And there are going to be some that you had that are going to come to the top of your list that you will always remember. Certain moments where they touched you and made an impact on you. You're also going to hold value of the year that you had in Spain, which was such an unconventional way to learn and such a brave way to learn. I mean, you took yourself out of your comfort zone at a very young age and put yourself in a place that was not familiar to you. Yes, you may have used or known some parts of the language, the pluperfect, etc., but that's not what you learned when you were there. And the value of that experience has made you who you are. And that's exactly what high school is. Taking that out, the Spain trip, or I should say your study in Spain, those other 3 years are going to be filled with the laughter and the struggles and the lessons that you learned about each other and about yourself. And it's so important that that happens in high school. It's an important 4 years. It goes very quickly, and there are a lot of roller coaster rides, but at the end, just like any roller coaster, you kind of take a deep breath and say, okay, I'm ready for the next one. And that's what you're going to be ready for because you've done so much. And I'm so excited for your gap year because I know you're going to come back with so many tales of adventures. And remember, there's not one way to do it. There are many ways to do it. Just because people take a traditional path doesn't mean that's the right way. And I think it's the way that you want. And I see you as a definite mover and shaker of this earth. I see you making major impact on the generations to come because of your willingness to do what others are not willing to do. And I am proud of your efforts. I am so excited that you're dear friends with my daughter. And I hope that continues and that you can come back and give us all of your adventurous stories and tales of intrigue. And just what you ate on a certain day too. That's can be exciting. So I wish you well. I congratulate you on your success, and I wish you all my best. Take care, Abe.
I will put to rest the age-old question, is a hot dog a sandwich? Some people are hardline traditionalists and would not tolerate atypical ingredients or structure, but these people would exclude the submarine sandwich and the breakfast sandwich. We need to draw the line somewhere, but for me, that line is not ingredients. So I would include the ice cream sandwich and even the much maligned Choco Taco. I do, however, draw the line when it comes to structure and could never consider a Caesar salad wrap, burrito, or toasted pastry. So there you have it. A hot dog is a sandwich. So what is the point of all this? Sometimes there is no point. Sometimes it's just fun to think and create. This is Mr. Campbell saying good luck to the class of 2020.
Nevaeh wants to know, what is something you would want your younger self to know? And I'm Miss Hart, and this is my personal answer to that. A lot of people are going to want your time and your energy because you have so much talent and you are a go-getter. And a lot of people are going to want to tell you what they think you should do. And everyone has an opinion. But guess what? Most opinions stink. So, my advice for my younger self and for you, what I would want you to know and my younger self to know is live your life and do not apologize to anyone for who you are, and always follow your gut instinct. always check in with yourself. Feelings are always valid. We don't always have to react to our feelings right away, but they are a huge tool for checking in. So your point of view is unique in the universe. And so don't spend time trying to get other people's approval. Spend your time giving yourself approval for the things that you have done and for your unique point of view. And give yourself permission to live your life on your own terms. And when other people give you a hard time about that, brush them off and move on, because life is a journey. So be kind when you can, and try to treat others the way you would want to be treated, and give yourself a break when you make mistakes. And always try to surround yourself with like-minded people. And also, the only moment that we really have control over is the present moment. That's where your true power lies. So accept yourself, treat yourself with respect, check in, be kind to yourself, and find one thing to be thankful for, no matter how small it is. And remember, life is a journey, and you're going to have a great time. Thank you.
So I had the wonderful fortune of working with Marvell his freshman year in English, and then for all 4 years as his class advisor. And he, without fail, would attend our events, and he would be, just active and engaged. And it has been a true honor to have known Marvell, and I know I'm not the only one in our community, our school community, our Falmouth community, to say I am better for having known him. So in honor of just the gratitude I have for having had this opportunity to know Marvell, and trying to give something back when he's given me so much, Marvell asked, what next? So I don't know, Marvell. I don't know. What I do know is you have more charisma, more kindness. You have more excitement and eagerness and determination, and your work ethic is incredible. And you just have this spirit that, Marvell, what's next is whatever you make it. And you just have been a light in the Falmouth High School experience, and I would just love for the rest of the world to reap the rewards of knowing you and benefiting from your enthusiasm and your conviction and in what is right and wrong, and this wonderful conscience that you have. So Marvell, what is next is what you decide. And I hope that you just keep being you, and I wish you all the best in your future.
Hi, Brooke. This is Mrs. Kasparian answering your question about what we teachers would like you students to take away from your experience from high school. So I have a quick answer and then a longer answer. And I only have 3 minutes, so I've got to do this fast. So basically, when you think about high school, you think about the moments with your friends that you shared, the lessons that you used or learned in science and in math, the Pythagorean theorem, the idea of the War of 1812, the elements of isosceles triangle, and what is parallel structure. So those lessons will be there. They're inside your head. Some of them you'll use, some of them you won't use. But what you come away with from your high school experience is a deeper and better understanding of who you are and how you need to be your own best friend and to be true to yourself. Just like Polonius said in Hamlet, to thine own self be true. And that is probably one of the best lessons Polonius could ever give to Laertes, and it's probably one of the best lessons that anyone could give to anyone. Because when you erase the whiteboards or delete the smartboards, you have yourself, and that's what is the most important. when I entered high school as a freshman in 1976, I was the quiet, timid little girl who was afraid of her own shadow. And what's important is that two teachers shifted me and influenced me in such a way that I became more outspoken, more self-assured, and more aware of who I was and my place in this world. And I think that the high school experience is that in itself, is that it gets you to understand you so much better. So that at the end of the day, you look at yourself in the mirror and you know who you are and what you've been through. And certainly, it's like when you ski a very steep slope, right? And if you haven't, I think you should try it. I know that when I did it the first time, I was about to go down another steep slope, and I said, I don't think I can do this. And one of my friends said, turn around and see what you just did. And I did. And I looked up and I said, wow, I just came down that very steep slope. Wow, I can do it. And that's what life is all about. It's how you encounter the difficulties and the struggles, and you learn more about yourself and learn more about what you can do. And so at the end of the day, you will always go to bed with yourself. And that's why it's so important to be a best friend and to be an advocate for your needs and wants. And as long as you keep that in mind, you will always find peace and happiness. Good luck, Brooke. It was great teaching you, and I wish you all the best. Take care.
Hi, Nicole. You asked, how do we return to normal life now? Well, I think the normal life that we're moving to after this COVID-19 will not look as much like the life before. But my question then back to you is, do we really want it to? We know that there's been at least a 50% drop during this isolation in terms of air pollution and things like that. And since we all would like a world where the climate change doesn't affect us as much, perhaps this is a start. I think we've learned to share compassion with others and to protect ourselves and our loved ones. So I hope that the new normal will be better than the old normal, that will take care of others and take care of ourselves, because that's important. So hopefully this time has given you some time to think about that, and you will go out and make all the memories that you can when it's safe.
Joey Calentro, your question was, did the path that you thought you were on at 18 end up being the same path that you are on now? My answer is absolutely not, and that is absolutely okay. My path that I am on this year is not the path that I thought I would be on a year ago. My path when I was 18 was not the path that I thought I would be on when I was 25. My path when I was 35 was not the path that I thought I would be on when I was 40. My path when I'm 60 will probably not be the same path that I thought I would be on. But my advice to you is stay true to yourself. As long as you do the next right thing and you follow your values and you know who you are deep down inside, your path is the right path, no matter where it is or where it takes you. It's going to be a beautiful journey. And the best part about that is it's probably going to surprise you. So just let it surprise you. Let it be beautiful and intense and awesome. And as long as you stay true to who you are and you stay true to your character and your value system, then the path is the right path for you. I'm so proud of all of you guys. I'm so proud of everything that you guys have accomplished, even in the toughest of times. Happy graduation, and I will see you soon.
Dante asked,
If I have 20 apples at the foot of my bed in a basket, what is the probability that on February 33rd of 2021 at 25 hours and 53 minutes that an asteroid will hit that exact spot? My answer to you is I am 95% confident that the true probability that an asteroid will hit that exact spot on the 33rd day of February 2021 at 25th hour and 53 minutes is captured on the interval from 0 to 100. As with everything, those statistics can probably be a little bit manipulated.